2.1
Good afternoon. As I said in the handout, today we'll be looking at what effect being an island, i.e. being separated by water, has on how a country develops economically. I hope you've all read the material I suggested. If you have, you'll know that we'll be using Madagascar and the Philippines as our examples. We'll look in depth at how their industries and agriculture, for example food processing and coffee growing, developed because they are islands. However, before going into too much detail, let me give you an overview of each island. As you can see from Map 1, Madagascar is situated in the Indian Ocean, off the east coast of Africa. It has a tropical climate around its coast, but is dry in the south. Although it is very mountainous, it's also very rich agriculturally. Today, its main crops are rice, vanilla, coffee, and sugarcane. And unsurprisingly, its main industries are food processing and sugar production. Map 2 shows the second of our two island states, the Philippines. It's very different. It is, in fact, made up of over 7,000 islands. The Philippines is situated in the Pacific Ocean, in Southeast Asia. It's got a tropical climate, so two seasons, wet and dry. The main island, Luzon, is mountainous inland. These mountains were once covered in forest. However, increased agriculture, mining and the wood industry have led to deforestation. The Philippines produce a range of crops including rice, maize, coconuts and sugarcane. The main industries are mining, petroleum refining, electronics and food and drink processing. Okay, so that's the brief overview. Now let's turn to how their industries and agriculture were developed as a result of being islands. Just a couple of quick examples to give you the idea. Madagascar's location in the Indian Ocean meant it became an important trading post, and so was able to quickly develop the export of its agricultural produce. The Philippines in the Pacific Ocean was
2.2 1.
Although it is very mountainous, it's also very rich agriculturally.
2.
It has a tropical climate, but is dry in the south.
3.
However, increased agriculture, mining and the wood industry have led to deforestation.
2.3 1.
Australia is a large country and
2.
Although Australia is a large country,
3.
Most of the population still work in agriculture, which
4.
Most of the population still work in agriculture, but
2.4
Map 2 shows the second of our two island states, the Philippines. It's very different. It is, in fact, made up of over 7,000 islands. The Philippines is situated in the Pacific Ocean, in Southeast Asia. It's got a tropical climate, so two seasons, wet and dry.
2.5
Australia is the largest island in the world. It is situated between the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It has different types of climate because it is so big. It is tropical in the north, but has continental weather in the south. The centre is very dry.
2.6 Speaker A.
I come from Sri Lanka. It is a very hot country in South Asia. The climate is tropical. It is famous for its tea production, rice, sugarcane, and rubber. There's lots of flat countryside. There are mountains. In the middle, it's cooler in the mountains. Our industries are telecommunications, banking, clothing, and tourism.
Speaker B.
My talk is about Sri Lanka. It is an island located in South Asia, in the Indian Ocean, south of India. The countryside is quite flat in most places. However, there are mountains in the central part of the island. The climate is tropical with 2 monsoons, that is heavy rains, a year. Although Sri Lanka is particularly famous for its tea production, rice, sugarcane and rubber are also important agricultural products. The principal industries are telecommunications, banking, clothing and tourism.
2.7. 1.
The main produce is coffee.
2.
Coffee factories produce a lot of waste.
2.8. 1. A.
Produce.
B.
Produce.
2. A.
Export.
B.
Export.
3. A.
Record.
B.
Record.
4. A.
Present.
B.
Present.
5. A.
Research.
B.
Research.
2.9. 1.
Companies cannot import without an import licence.
2.
The group will present its findings tomorrow.
3.
The students gave their professor a present when he retired.
4.
The secretary made a record of the meeting.
5.
If you wish to record this lecture, please do so.
6.
Singapore exports a lot of electronic equipment.
7.
2 of the main exports from Madagascar are vanilla and coffee.
2.10.
In this lecture about island states, we're going to turn our attention to Japan, and we'll be looking at 3 main areas: location and climate, land use and agriculture, and the principal industries.
2.11.
In this lecture about island states, we're going to turn our attention to Japan, and we'll be looking at 3 main areas: location and climate, land use and agriculture, and the principal industries. Firstly, where is Japan? As you can see from the map, it is in Northeast Asia and is situated close to Russia and South Korea in the North Pacific Ocean. The climate is very varied. In the south it is tropical, but in the north it has a cooler, more temperate climate. This allows a range of agricultural products to be grown, for example, rice, sugar beet and fruit. Fishing is also important to Japan's economy. It is estimated that Japanese fishermen catch about 15% of the world's catch. However, it is the other industries, particularly car manufacturing and the production of electronics goods, that are the main sources of Japan's wealth.
2.12.
Jamaica is an island in the Caribbean Sea, south of Cuba. It generally has a tropical climate, but the mountainous interior is more temperate. Agriculture is an important part of Jamaica's economy. Sugarcane, bananas, coffee, citrus, yams, and vegetables are all grown on this small island.
2.13.
Although Jamaica exports a lot of agricultural products, tourism is its main industry. However, recently the number of tourists has decreased. This has hurt the economy, but the government hopes that tourism will improve again as the global economy grows.